athlete profile is a professional fighter, HHH Djikasa. He fights out of Brothers in Arms. HHH, bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Very good, very good. Great watching you sparring a little bit earlier. How's it feeling? How's the ribs feeling? Because he looks like he got you.
Yeah, my good God, I almost gave up, but until now I'm feeling terrible pain, yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about you. Okay. In terms of, how did you get into the fight game? I mean, you come from the DRC.
Yeah.
You grew up in the DRC.
Absolutely.
How did you get into fight sports? I mean, was fighting your #1 choice?
Not my choice, but it was my mom's choice. Back in Congo, I was born with a family with a lot of sisters. I got 9 sisters.
Wow.
And I'm the only boy.
One boy?
Yeah. And then my mother told me that you need to do sport in order for you to protect your sisters, you know. Then I was, okay, cool. And then he put me in karate. Yeah, I started in karate. I couldn't even do 10 push-ups. Yeah. I started in karate in Congo. And then in 2005, I joined judo. And then until today, when I came to South Africa in 2010, I came to South Africa 2010, and then I started MMA 2013.
So your MMA career started in 2010 with a karate judo background?
No, MMA 2013.
18?
13.
13?
Yes.
2013, you got an MMA, you got a karate, you got a judo background.
Absolutely.
Your amateur career, how did you find your amateur fights as someone with a judo and karate background?
Yeah, on my amateur, it was a bit hard because I wasn't trained like, you see where they train in NBA, even the amateur, they train like professional as well. But there I was just training, then I only got the spirit of fighting because I got judo background. And then I was pushing.
So out of your amateur career, you turned professional?
Yes.
Your professional organization of choice was the EFC?
Absolutely.
Your debut, how was that for you? I mean, under those big bright lights?
Oh, my man, as my teammate used to say, Okukima, I was almost to run away. After the very first fight, everything was big for me inside there. As I said recently in my interview, I was uneducated in terms of MMA, you know what I mean? Yeah, I couldn't calculate my timing, my accuracy, control the cage. I was just hitting. I don't know when to hit, when to not hit. I wasn't know nothing about like MMA in terms of like, and then I just go there, fight. I didn't go on my way. I was crying a lot. Then I went to the social media, see people, there was comment bad about me, leave MMA, leave fighting, it's not for you, blah, 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 blah. But like it was inside me, I couldn't follow them. I just keep chasing my dream. And then until today.
And talking about that journey, you recently arrived here at Brothers in Arms. In fact, 3 months before your Ricky Mashola's fight?
Yeah, I came here, I think, March. When I was in KZN, I used to see Brothers in Arms in social media. I used to follow them. The way they're training, I was motivated. Now, see, one day if I move to Johannesburg, I need to join BIA because the way they train, I like the way they train. Yeah. Then when I reached, I came here and I contacted the coach. He said, anytime about it, you're welcome. And then the first question to him, and the answer he answered me, I feel love. And I said, no. And then I came here, introduced me to my teammates until today.
And that build-up was obviously ahead of the Ricky Mashola's fight, which was a fantastic fight for you. Great knockout.
Yeah.
You must have felt fantastic following on that fight.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a very good fight for me. On that fight, I don't want to talk about it, but it is what it is. Yeah.
But the outcome of that fight gave you a title shot at the vacant heavyweight, the EFC vacant heavyweight title.
Absolutely.
And that was your last fight. But to be honest with you, watching that fight, I didn't see Triple H in the cage. What was going on? It looked very much at the end of that first round that you were not in this fight. Mentally, you didn't seem to. almost want to be there. Can you talk us through that a little bit?
Hey, that fight, I haven't fought like that before in my life. I haven't seen something like that. I totally lose control. I lose control of the cage. You see, even the very first fight in EFC, even though I was tired, but I was know what was happening. I can't move, but I know what is happening. But on that night, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. There was a lot of negative energy around the cage. I can't explain to you, but I couldn't. As I said, I lose control of my team, my cornermen. I couldn't hear them. I lost the timing of. I lost the accuracy. I lost everything. I was just there, and then as soon as I heard the voice of the coach, he shout. Then I said, "I'm in danger here. Let me get out of this position," and I just give up. And then while I was fighting, I tried to look around to tell my cornerman, I can't fight anymore. You see, like the Bible says, the spirit is there, but the body is weak. My body was weak. I couldn't believe. But it is what it says, man.
That is what it is. I mean, obviously that means you now need to get a couple more wins under the belt to get back into contendership.
Absolutely.
To challenge for the crown.
Absolutely.
For the strap. But let me ask you this. COVID has had a massive impact on a lot of athletes' training. For you, having been used to fighting in front of big crowds, what was it like fighting in the EFCPI with no fans, no crowds, particularly bearing in mind that the DRC fans are very vocal. They come to support their fighters. What was that like, almost fighting in a quiet environment?
That experience, I haven't been there before, but it's not good. Sport, you need to have a fan. They're screaming, they're shouting, they're singing. It's getting you motivation there. But COVID, it almost killed everybody. Everybody crying in business. Every department, they're crying about COVID. We also don't know where it's coming from. You got the idea where it's coming from?
No idea.
How come?
Well, we just don't seem to know what to believe anymore.
Recently, I also have the vaccine.
And?
I got a vaccine. 1 dose, vaccine. Telling you.
And looking forward at what you believe to be the next steps in your career, heavyweight title, is that your big goal?
We're still here, as my coach used to say. We're still here. Yeah, I'm still there. We're there. I'm going to fight this year, and then I'm going to fight for the title again, and then I'm going to get it again.
Well, that's fantastic news. There you have it. Brief introduction to a professional MMA fighter, Triple H Djikasa, out of Congo, fighting here out of Brothers in Arms in Pretoria, South Africa. We look forward to seeing more of what this fighter has to show on the international scene.